Good morning. We're live. Yes, here we are today again for another daily guidance with me, Mingish, Wingashnebe, Mujekikwe, otherwise known as Chrissy Carr Superstar or Christiana Carr. So me, this Divine Being. We're here at December 6th. Ooh, we're getting so close to Christmas. I got excited I was able to order that gift before any more money goes out of my account unexpectedly. Oh, excuse me. Yes, please. Speak up, people, okay? It pays. Well, not pays, okay? Listen, it helps when you say, hey, this is not fair. I was calling the bank and dealing with that, with the things bouncing and when they let money go and when they don't let money go, and it's not all the same. It's not a consistent thing, right? So I'd phoned, and of course, to go through complaining, you got to go this step, and then this step, and then that step. And so, of course, many people are going to give up. Don't give up, okay? If you've been treated unfairly, especially with this big finance stuff, whatever, right? I don't know it all, but what I'm learning, it just doesn't make sense, and it is not fair. It is not there to help the little guy, really. Anyway, so what I wanted to share with you, though, is that I was phoning the TD because they kept doing charges and again messed up my Christmas. Well, then they helped bring it back a little bit because, well, there's a courtesy. They were able to give me like $200 as a courtesy saying to say sorry as an apology, right? And then they reversed a couple of charges too. So, yay, I found a used version of what I was looking for. Doesn't have to be brand new. You know, it's not exactly what I wanted to get for them. But, well, it is. It just doesn't have all the, I'm going to need the extras. But I got the basics and it's coming. But it's also, it's due between the 11th and the 28th. So, I'm praying. I got the email today that it's been shipped. So that's good. So I've already told the kids they're getting the one thing and it might not get here at Christmas. And then I'll try and get them a little thing just for each of them. I signed up for the Christmas hamper and all that stuff's from Santa, right? Because to me, that is, right? I didn't buy it. So it's gifted from the kindness of people's hearts, and to me, that's what Santa is, right? It's the beauty of giving, sharing, right? The joy of giving, right? I mean, it feels good to get something. You feel joyful, but I've always gotten more joy from that giving, watching somebody get excited and seeing that, yes, I knew they would be happy about that. For me, that's the best thing for Christmas. And I've noticed for the last few Christmases that excitement has kind of gone down because the ones that I was surrounded with, it seemed like no matter what I did, right, there was always, well, this is nice, but it's not this, or, oh, that was great, but I was really hoping for that, right? The little burst your bubbles. Had my bubbles bursted lots, right? So I'm trying to pick myself back up from that again. Can be difficult. So, right, we didn't do the smudge. Okay, it's a good timing for a smudge right now. Right, okay. Clean out the old one. Okay, get some more sage here. Oh, you know what? I'm going to we'll throw some cedar on top of that. Cedar is protection as well, cleansing and protecting. So you have to protect our energies, right? Keep those usable energies for ourselves so we're not just squandering it all over the place, right? Especially this holiday time. Trying to get busy. Want to make everything perfect, but, And then, of course, right, we get into all the commercialized thing and we lose the true spirit of it. Right? Whether you believe it's Christ's birthday or it's just in that spirit of being together. Right? To appreciate the time we have together. It's not about the gifts. I mean, to have a family, to have people around you that love you, that's a gift. To have life here, now, that's a gift. So, it is. The meaning gets commercialized, right? becomes about the mighty dollar, really, not about being together. I'm sad because, yeah, I had a small Christmas last year, be a small one this year again. We're gonna smudge. Smudgy, smudgy, smudgies. Smudgy, smudgy, smudgies. There we go. That's gonna get that going good. Good enough to put on their skeeler. I hear it crackle, 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 crackle. Fire it up. Now, can you hear my girl on there? She was sick this morning. There's a Christmas concert at her school. I can't wait to go see those. I haven't seen them in a long time. I'm glad they have them. Okay. Wedge. Your turn. There, let's see. Pull back those veils. See what Christmas will be for you. Whatever it is for you, Hanukkah, happy holidays, everybody. You see, Kwanzaa is the other one. It's beautiful. So whatever that distinction, what it all truly means, right? About being together. Tomatoes, tomatoes. Cleanse all that stress away. And refocus. So it always turns out perfectly anyway. Right? Big wedge. Big wedge out. There. Okay, English is gonna keep going for a little over there. She's good. She's fine. Crackles. Okay. All right. 8 minutes already. Okay. A little sick one home. It kind of made me sad this morning. You talk to them, Mr. Blanksters. The two that don't have the ASD doing it like the other one. Just look at it gets a little difficult to live at home and you talk to people and he's not even telling them to do stuff. And I look over and I see, or I got that from other people in my life, right? Where I keep talking and it's like, what? Do I not speak the same language? Are you not understanding what I'm saying? Do you not like the sound of my voice? I don't know. It's a big one for me right now and in my home. Because it's in my home. It's supposed to be our safe place, right? So I'll begin with it. It begins with it, you know. I'll get it. Okay, so let's call in all of our directions. The east, the spirit of the fire, the man, path of illumination, clarity. The west, the emotions, the water, the innocence, the child. And then the energies of the woman, the physical. Mother Earth, place of introspection. We go to the north. That is the air. It is the mental quadrant. It is our wisdom years, the place of the elders. And we walk from the south to the north, right? We go through a death and rebirth all throughout our lives. Even, you know, there's many deaths and rebirths because each body dies, right? We don't have the same little baby body. We've, you know, so we've been reborn throughout just this one lifetime. because our body changes every 7 years. All the cells are all brand new. All right? So it's like you have a brand new body. So what are you feeding into that? Because we build it with our thoughts, right? So, well, the foods we eat as well, whatever it is for you. Tomatoes. So then we walk from the south to the north. That's the red road. That's our earth walk. That's our sacred path, right? And then we discover the new abilities as we're walking that road. Are they new abilities or the ones that we've already have in there? Discovering the abilities that we came here with, right? Uncovering. Is it discovering or uncovering? Because they get buried with all the shit we go through that other people pile on, that we take on ourselves. Right? And then the blue road is the east to west, right? Or we could reconnect in that rhythm, that internal timing, right? First drum, first beat we hear is the heartbeat, right? So it's in our timing, and it's divine timing, not our timing, right? Although some of us might choose. Back in the way ancient times, there's the stories, the secrets, that they would choose their deaths, right? So anyways, and then we go to the west. From the east to the west is the blue road of spirit, right? We find that usable energy, and it just keeps going. It's always reusable. It never dies. Energy never dies. It just transforms, right? It's transient. It's transformative. Above, below, and within. Okay, I think I wrote on the title into the peace tree. That's the spread for, helping you find that inner peace in the times of turmoil, or you're not feeling at odds with your environment. And I sure am. I want to feel comfortable and safe in my home. I want to feel secure in my home. I want to feel like I can move around in my home and not trip over stuff and risk getting to that wheelchair a lot sooner than, hey, I'm not planning on going for it. But that's the worst case scenario with the spondylosis here, right? And where it is at my neck, and there's already the severe narrowing near the 5 and 6. So I'm not sure if that's where, so keep telling. I'm caught up in the vision of driving a chair with a straw because everything's paralyzed. Whew. That's my thing, right? Because that would be like a death for me, right? And when I look, I get caught up in those things, and with my kids, right? And who's there for mom? Mom's there for everybody. And who's there for mom? Right? There is lots, right? And I appreciate that. Right? But I'm human. I'm here by myself. And with these 3 children. Beautiful, beautiful beings with their strong wills and free spirits. You don't want to break their spirit and love their uniqueness. And, that could come in handy for them too, that digging their heels in. But it brings up a lot for me here. Throughout my life, right? So, and that's okay. Spirit's always with me. I know I can get through anything. So I've lived my life to be comfortable and to be prepared. Be all by myself eventually. I thought maybe with the kids, right? At least my children would always come back to visit me, but there's one I haven't even seen in over a year now. Wow, you see? Yeah, peace tree. Peace tree, and I can't think of the thing they go. So. See, there's that human fear, and it's so deep in me. And I know, and then sometimes I feel silly, but I'm trying to like I said yesterday, to acknowledge that it's there. Just give that validation and go, you know what? But there's stuff that I can do. I was having that the MRI a year later, right? And it was just last year. I went for my second MRI, and it came back that it it hadn't degenerated any more than it had the year before when they first saw it there. So because although I keep saying I'm regenerating, I'm looking for that stuff. I'll do that stuff. It'll be fine, right? You still get those concerns, right? Hemangiomas, they're benign tumors. And I read somewhere too, and that's scary when you type in hemangioma and cancer comes up, right? And there's the full one on my T3 and then several down my spine. But I don't want to manifest any kind of sickness. To be aware that that's there, and it's telling me to slow down. And it's hard, because I know I need to slow down, right? And I'm trying to delegate and adapt to that and work in a whole different way. But my children, I haven't been able to be consistent with the body issues and stuff. Not like I used to be, you know. So that gets me. So I take responsibility for that. But there's also things where it's a fact. My children I've heard it myself. Why would your mom do that? Oh, your mom shouldn't do that. Oh, your mom should do that for you, or whatever, right? I've kind of heard comments like that with my own ears being told to my children. You know, you don't say that to people's children. You don't undermine their mother. Even if you don't agree with their mother, that's still their mother, and children need to respect their mothers. Especially the boys. I've always said the boy that doesn't respect his mother is a very scary boy indeed, right? They grow up to be some of the most abusive men. Sometimes. It's not always the case. It's not clear across the board, right? But there's things I've noticed too in my experiences and what I've read, studied. So, let's, at odds with the environment, let's get to find our inner peace. The peace tree is the white pine, which symbolizes the end of strife. Right? And well, how beautiful is this too, right? The pine trees, we bring those in for our Christmas trees. I didn't even think of that part of it, right? So that peace tree is the white pine, and it symbolizes the end of strife and the union of the original 5 nations of the Iroquois Peace Confederacy. We of the Wolf Clan hold peace as our guiding light. Anyone can hold peace as their guiding light. In understanding the role of peace in the 5th world on which we are now embarking, we must first seek inner peace. Begins within. The serenity that comes from a clean, concise, it says clean conscience, clean conscience. It's spelled a little differently too. Concise. Okay, from a clean conscience, a humble heart, a smiling face, a twinkling eye, a gentle touch. Our positive outlook is the goal. In the modern world, where the 3 forces are not always available, confusion, worry, hurry, noise take their toll. The peace tree lives in the hearts and minds of those who seek the silent places of the spirit. Language. So we have the buried talent, and then the root for buried talent. The buried talent is here. Okay. And the root is here. Okay, and then we have the trunk, the stem of the body. The trunk, and then the branch, and then the Father Sky. Father Sky, Father Sky, won't you please tell me why? Tell me why, tell me why I cry. Okay. And then we have here. Let's put those out. Main thing. The joy. Tapping into our joy. Because, hey, it's the times of the holidays to celebrate that joy and our ability to respond. To go, hey, right? Is this really, really off? Is this really, really like that? Or am I just making it up in my own mind? Right? Is this something that I'm just telling myself? Am I reacting? Or am I taking that time to take that breath and see the options I have and how I can respond? And choose that with my own free will. I'm trying to sort out these cards at the same time. Right? That's strong. Set the spread up. Okay. Oh, my neck is so sore. I forgot my neck brace at my auntie's place, and I have needed it. Maybe I have to go buy another one. I think I only paid $8 for the thing anyway. But my account is like down to nothing right now. But I've got their one gift coming in. Yay! Okay. That's my own stuff. That's why I see the joy. I can tap into that joyful part that, yeah, I got something coming in. I'm here at my home. I got that last year. Here's our first Christmas in our Begin Within home, right? So, the ability to respond. We can go look at what we didn't have, everything we missed out on, whatever, or we can look what we do have, that joy that's there, that's always there in us, right? We can choose. We can choose to learn from joys or sorrows, right? Grace and ease or suffering. It's up to us. And haven't we done enough suffering? I think there's been enough suffering in this world that we can all learn from that. We don't need to go through it all our own selves. Right? Oh my goodness. Okay, so our first is the buried talent, which represents the gift or ability you are not acknowledging because you have not set your roots deep enough into Earth Mother. This talent will directly apply to your seeking inner peace. Okay, which is the North Shield, right? Finding those things to be grateful for. And I thought it was a 21-day challenge. It was a 5-day gratitude challenge. So anybody, you can find that site, My Gratitude Attitude, on the Facebook, and you can join up to that group. And of course, the videos will be there. So it's just a little 5 days. Take 5 days to help you tap in to what you're grateful for, and look at the wisdom that comes in from that, right? And the joys that we have, and then integrating all that we've learned, all that we're grateful for. This is our buried talent. We all have that ability to do that, to take that time. A lot of us just act impulsively instead of taking that time. And then Shiva put that up there. Oh, another one of my beautiful SP peeps. About that boredom, letting yourself get bored. We try to fill up all of our time instead of taking that time to look at what's in here, right? We're looking at our Facebook, we're looking at our whatever it is, filling it up that time. Instead of taking that time to integrate, to look back at the wisdom we've gained and to be grateful for our lives so far. Because you made it till now. Good for you. Hand up, cross over your chest, and pat your back. Look at you. Look at you go. You are here. You have survived everything so far. Okay? So take that time. Integrate. Use that wisdom to guide your path, to find that inner peace within, and see it's always there. We can do that with our breaths. Did anybody try that? Please let me know. That'd be great. Post in the comments and see if that helped. Or was it just me feeling all that? Because I'm like, woo, all these tingles and everything. It works. It works. Oh, excuse me. Just sniffling, get all that stuff in my nose. Excuse. Please excuse. Okay, so now there is that was our buried talent. Okay, because we have that ability to be grateful, and that's where the wisdom lies. The more we're thankful for what we have, the more comes to us to be thankful for, right? And we clear out what's not. We take that integration and we be patient because it's not always going to come when we want it, right? That internal timing comes up. It's divine timing, not our timing. Okay? We don't always know. And sometimes we don't feel ready, but we need to do it anyway. And then we just, wow, right? Think any new skill, you never knew how to do it. It all made us nervous, right? As we're tapping into those new abilities, right? This represents the strength to be gained. This card gives you the tool needed to earth your confusion and replace this with substance or strength. When looking at the lesson presented in this card, you may wish to imagine this card as the root of your new understanding, okay? We tap into those new abilities, which aren't new. They have always been there. They're gifted to us by our mother, by our Father Sky. And it comes through us, right? And as we're grateful, more comes, right? We have that patience that it'll come exactly when we need it. It's always there, always on time, plenty to spare and share, always. Okay? So we tap in, we put our roots down. This is the root, right? You put your roots down into Mother Earth, right? And you reach up to Father Sky and you discover the abilities you've had in you the whole time. Not discover, you uncover all those abilities you covered up because, hey, it kind of did not keep you safe to be who you were always, okay? You know, there's nothing wrong with you. You're part of this earth, okay? You're an earthling too. You belong here just as much as anybody else. So we know that. Sometimes that's a new ability to be able to see that I'm just as important as you, and you're just as important as me. Nobody is above or below. We are all earthlings, no matter your title. Titles are titles. We are all earthlings, right? A rose by any other name would smell as sweet. Was that Shakespeare? So, all essential here. Okay? Look back and be grateful how we've come so far already. Already I'm feeling that peace in there because I see in my life, it's a year. It's a year in this place. Didn't know how it was going to happen. And it came to be. Right? I followed those ideas that came to me. You know, you make the call. Not everything. I cast a wide net and go, okay, let's see. Right? We go, oh, well, that's no good. We'll throw that one back, whatever. Wow, look at this, right? Here we go. Tapping into those roots. Here's a peace tree there too. That's standing people. Think of those trees. Our roots go down and we're stretching out to the truth as well. Right? Keep it firmly planted in the earth, that which we came from, that which we are a part of, that's which we go back to as a physical being. And the spirit goes up. So it's always reaching for the truth in the spirit, in the sky and source, but it's always grounded in where it came from and appreciating where it came from. And that's where its main source of nutrients comes from. And it learns to take in that light and transform it to help nutriate. I wanted to say to all, right? And in that forest system, that forest is all connected. They help each other, right? And we as people, we're here. Our roots are all grounded in this earth. Let's not get enmeshed, but we can do this beautiful weave, beautiful tapestry we are creating here. We're all messengers. We're all messengers of love and light. So this was our trunk, right? So this is the third card. Signifies the lesson you need to apply to your physical body, your sense of self, to walk tall in health and in balance. You should apply this lesson to your life. Be strong as oak, as flexible as the willow, right? You're the messenger. The hawk builds the trees, builds the trees, builds its nest in the trees, right? The home, the solid, right? The branches. We have our children. They're gonna fly off and leave the nest too, and they are there to build their own lives, to establish their own roots, right? We're all part of the same forest system, but the forest spreads out. Our families spread out. And whether they come back to visit or not, right? We had that time, and to be grateful for that time we had. Because they do not belong to us. Okay? We only belong to ourselves. Our bodies are the only things that truly belong to us, right? But they belonged to us, right? Because they go back to the earth. This is a piece of Mother Earth, animated by our spirit. However you see it, tomatoes. Okay, so that's the thing to think about your body. It is a sacred piece of this earth. It is part of Mother Earth. It comes from Mother Earth. It will return to Mother Earth. Yes, fact. It will. It's the truth, right? So, now, The fourth card is the branch card. Tells you what lessons needed to reach the light of grandfather-son's love and understanding. This card is also a clue to mental attitude. If your attitude is limiting the amount of joy you experience, it will be evident to you. Oh, my kids are never going to come back and visit me. Yeah, that's pretty clear limiting of my own joy there, right? Instead of, wow, he's out building his own family, right? He's getting married. I could choose how to look at it that way. I played a part in that, I raised that boy, his kindness, my powder, but he was not mine, He's not even my gift to the world, right? He's his own gift to the world. We are all our own gifts to the world. So, you see? So we can limit it like that and look at how we can do that. This card also is a clue to the mental attitude. If your attitude is limiting the amount of joy you experience, it will be evident to you. That is, if the card reflects something you are not doing, it reveals the mental attitude that could use an adjustment so that you may reach farther to touch the peace you seek. Right? The vision, the seeking, and the finding. Right? Touch the vision that you seek. You go on the vision quest. And look at that. We got that up at the branch here, but we've got a 3, 4, 5. It's taking those steps to find that in yourself. Noticing you are a part of these standing people. We are standing people ourselves. We're like walking trees here. Right here, like leaves, antenna. We've got our branches. We've got our trunks. Right? We've got our roots. It's our brothers and sisters. Right? We find those new abilities as we tap into our roots and we sink down deep into Mother Earth and see what was already there, uncover what was already there. And we be grateful and we integrate all of that. And that's our new abilities, right? And we learned that we didn't have to seek it or find it, that it was there the whole time. Because that vision class, see, it's a reflection of the divine within us. We're reflecting our light back out to the divine, to all there is. And we're sharing that, right? And we can transmute those poisons. There, look at that. 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at that. 3, 4, 5, 6. And we take those steps to transmute those poisons, right? We already see we've got all that. And we can do that. We can shed that old skin. And we can feel vulnerable in that new skin, right? It's a new skill. As we take these new skills and new abilities, or we've uncovered these old ones, but we're going to be using them in a whole new way, right? Transmuting those poisons, right? Like I was watching that thing for complex or post-traumatic stress, right? When we separate from ourselves, we could leave ourselves in danger, right? But those skills helped us when we were young, because if we had stayed with ourselves, total insanity to be violated in the ways that a lot of us have been violated. So we had to learn to disassociate in that way. So, but now that it does not serve us in the highest and best interest, now it can leave us more vulnerable or more without defense, or more susceptible to being abused. Like, because the one that I watched a YouTube thing yesterday, I saved it on my things there, but she said if you disassociate, right, a person that's gone through that trauma, walking down a dark alley, they hear footsteps, right? It's going to trigger that trauma and they're going to be out of there. So they're not going to be fully there to get themselves to safety because they're not fully there in their heads. It's been that trigger to leave. So if we are aware of what those triggers are and discovering those, right, and take those and transmute those into new abilities, right? So we don't disassociate. We say stay here and we can figure out those problems and get ourselves to safety in those ways, right? So it's taking those old things that helped us to survive childhood, right? But now will hold us back in adulthood. So we need to transmute those to help us thrive in adulthood, because we survived. We have survived. We're here. We survived. So now it's time to thrive and share that with others who are just trying to survive. Make sense? And then we have our 5th, the Father Sky card, which indicates the personal freedom that you can gain, knowing you may attain personal freedom from whenever you find inner peace. You may also find the courage to lay aside judgments, conflicts, or doubts that keep you from the freedom of flight in Father Sky. The winds of change live in Father Sky and can also be your allies when letting go of old habits that create stagnation. The talking stick, the options, the viewpoints, and the options. If we keep it all in, right? If we just stay there believing we're the only ones going through this, nobody will understand. We never see the other options that are there. But when we start talking, when we start opening up, we make room for those miracles to come in and happen and go, wow, I never even thought of that. I never even looked at it that way. I was stuck in this, right? And you helped me to open the eye and take this away. So, and that's the reputation. Oh my goodness, here's that 7, right? We got the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6, the 7. And here we go. So we're on the steps to finding our new abilities, to transmuting those poisons, to transmuting that reputation, because we are not what other people see us as. We are who we are, right? You have 10 different people, you have 10 different reputations. There's my girl. So thank you for your respecting the kindness, and let me finish this up because I'm running over time. Thank you so much. She had to throw up on the floor and I didn't want to argue anymore, but that's part of the sadness. We're talking but she's 5. She's learned. And it just totally threw me right off my thing. So the reputation, where were we at? 3, 4, 5, 6, and the talking stick. Oh, look at that. That's a 6, a 7. So that reputation, never mind your reputation. It's about your character, right? Build your character and who you are. And you are not what other people think of you, okay? So never mind. Throw out what you think. I got a bad reputation, whatever, okay? It matters. It only matters to you. So you share, you see that you're not the only one. You see that there's more options that you never thought of. But when we keep that all inside, we cannot do that. So now it's time to talk. Get it out. Don't carry that poison anymore. Transmute that poison. Okay? All right. Miigwech, you have a wonderful, blessed day. I will show you the spread. Go back to your room, please, and thank you, because that's where you're supposed to be when you're sick and you need to be resting. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. So I'm almost done. I'll be done in a second. Okay, for maybe a minute. So that was our overall. Where's the joy and the ability to respond? Okay, you get to choose that for yourself and respond in ways that bring you more joy. Okay, and then we integrate. Okay, we look at the new abilities. We be grateful for the times that we have, and we integrate all of that. And we see we're uncovering the abilities that were already there, and to know that we are part of this Mother Earth, right? So, and to believe in our own selves, right? To make ourselves happy, to know that we are part of the standing people, you know, to stand up for your rights, to be a messenger, to help change systems that are broken, okay? To help change the way you are in your body, to show that respect to your body, because we abuse our body so much, trying to push it to work for us and not taking that time to give it rest. And as we respect the sacred space of our bodies, we start to respect the sacred space of all the bodies around us, including this earth body. So respect your body. We transmute those poisons, the things that helped us to survive in childhood. Look, you've already survived. Now is the time to thrive, right? So you can seek and find ways to transmute those poisons. If you don't know to do that for yourself, you talk and ask others, how have they done it, right? Remember the reputation, the way other people see you. That's not who you are. Who you are is who you choose to be, okay? 100 different people, 100 different reputations, right? So you are not other people's perception of you, okay? The only person's opinion of you that matters is yours, okay? Nobody else's, just you. You be proud of you. Okay. Thank you very much, you beautiful, beautiful beings. Biggest heart hugs ever. And thank you for being you in everything you do. Shine that light because this world needs you. Find your inner peace, because that's how world peace begins. Begins within you, within me, within all. Be Grinch. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Thank you.